How would you like to elevate your sales this month and fill out your mastermind? This is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about how you can really leverage your look, your business wardrobe, so that people are going to be really drawn to you. Those best premium clients that you are really wanting to fill your mastermind. And so we're going to use our look as a business strategy to really fill that room. Now, if we have not met before, hi, my name is Nikki Henricks, and I am a Christian Personal Brand Stylist, and I guide female entrepreneurs, female founders, so that they can really use their style and their look as a strategy to really be seen more by their best clients and then be remembered also so that they get referrals, and lastly, be hired. So let's get started today. Well, today I'm super excited to tell you and share with you my two-step framework to really leverage your look. So I know I've talked about this, I've talked about this many times before about first impression, right? And it happens in the blink of an eye. Just think of how long it takes your eye to blink, and that's how it happens. And people really judge others by that first impression. They judge on, okay, should I keep watching this person if you're on social media? Should I trust this person? And with so much content on social media, um, people are just growing super fast, right? So if you can catch their eye, then and have them pause, have them be curious, feel like, oh, I can trust them, get their attention, you are going to be so much more productive and get out so much more of your social media presence, right? And be able to get more people curious about you, about your business. Really think seriously about, ooh, is she the financial advisor that really can help me get where I want in my business with my money? And it all starts, if you are showing up in your business, it all starts with that first impression and them thinking, okay, she is worth my time to really check her out, or I'm going to just keep scrolling and find something more interesting. So here's the thing is that we have to get dressed every day, right? We should. And I know you, female founder, are very intentional with what you do. And so, yes, you get dressed every day. But it's not just enough to look like the expert. Okay? Like, that is a great goal. But today I really want to talk about dressing for your client that you are wanting. Because having that credibility, yes, is important, but you also need to take a step back and really think, okay, this best client that I want, maybe you have worked with them for a while, or maybe it is like someone newish. You have upped your packages to high at a, to not higher, to serve at a higher level. And so it's kind of a new client. And honestly, like this should be something that you should be doing every so often. Just like as you are thinking about your messaging, as you're emailing, taking a step back and being like, okay, am I saying what I think I need to say, or am I saying things, producing content that my best premium client is actually caring about? And so that is true as well with your style, with your look, with your business wardrobe. You really need to be thinking about what is that premium client like, what style is going to draw her in, make her curious to work with me. So, I want to share my two-step leverage your look framework. Okay. So, number one is I want you to think about looking like the client. There may be a little pushback or like, whoa, 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 what? Yes, we're going to start here. Okay. I want you to think about what your premium client looks like. What is like their standard for getting dressed? And it is important to think like not just one or two clients, because it can vary from person to person a little bit. But people really like, um, they want to be a part of a group that seems a little familiar. So there's actually this theory. It is called the social identity theory. And it states that people are naturally drawn to like groups that feel kind of familiar and similar to them. And so you want to think from their point of view, especially if you are thinking about like a higher level client or a different client that you're not working with. It is really good idea for you to do some research and like, think of maybe five of them and research online about, okay, what is this best client dressed like? Like, are there some themes? What is that standard? Are they someone that wears a blazer like most of the time, a business blazer, or are they more casual? And we're not going to leave it here. So, but we need like a base to start from because people are drawn to similar things. So, I don't know if you've ever been to a business conference, but it has this whole social identity theory where like you go and you see the speaker there and you probably know her, or maybe it's someone that's new. You see her, and then you just kind of like look around and like, oh wow, like we're all very similarly dressed in this room compared to like how the speaker is. That's because the social identity theory is happening. Is that like the people, the women that were drawn to this leader, like felt um they're like, oh, her style, her appearance. Yeah, I feel it like that is something similar. Like I can relate to that because it's similar to me. Um, I was listening to a female entrepreneur talk about, I can't remember what exactly the YouTube episode was, but she was talking about how she had been watching the Taylor Swift documentary. Honestly, I think I don't really listen to her music, but I think like as female entrepreneurs, it is amazing how she has really gotten so many fans, and I think we can take stuff from that, right? And so this woman was talking about how she had watched the documentary and just learning, getting nuggets here and there. And she said one thing she said was that like it was just amazing how in that documentary, you saw all her fans and they were dressed like her. And I don't know if you've seen on influencers too, talking about, I feel like it was a few years back about, oh, we're going to the Taylor Swift concert, like we need to get our outfits ready. And just with that point of like they weren't gonna wear that just like just gonna dress up. Like there was a certain almost like dress code, unspoken dress code to what they would wear to go to that Taylor Swift concert. And it was because they wanted to feel a part of her group. And so Taylor Swift like set the standard, but also it was like similar enough to her people that her people could relate to that dress standard, that dress code standard, or unspoken dress code standard. And so people want to be around familiar things. They want to feel included by in many different areas. Think of like what your standards are for considering a coach. Maybe one that's strong with you is like you work out all the time. And so like a standard like that you might not even think about is that this person, this coach that you're gonna hire next, this wealth advisor that you're gonna hire next is healthy, eats healthy and works out every day. That is because that like whole social identity theory is being in play. You feel like you can relate to them better. And so this is why I want you to start. We're not going to stay there, but I want you to start thinking about what is like the standard for your premium client? Are you up to that standard? Because they're going to be looking at that. That first impression judgment, like part of that judgment is going to be, is she up to my standard of dressing? And it doesn't have to be 100% around the board. You will have some people that are super casual with you, and you will have some people that are like dressed way more than you, right? That's why I said, like, get an average. Look at 5 people and look at that standard. I was just talking with someone last week, and we're seeing if her working with me as her stylist was going to be a good fit for her business. And it was interesting because she was talking about kind of like something that she could see that she likes to wear for business. And I had like a blue blazer on and a neutral color shirt, and she's like saying about like how she would probably wear like a blazer like mine but like a pop color top. And it just made me stop and realize, like, yeah, that makes sense with this whole social identity theory. People are not going to be like it would be weird to look identical, right? There is going to be some variation, but the fact that she said like my blazer and then just a different shirt underneath, there was some similarity going on there, right? Like um we wouldn't look like twins wearing the exact same thing, but she was drawn to work with me and we had a similar style, that similar staple piece, because I was relatable to her and I dressed in a way that checked the box for her business wardrobe standard. So think about, what are your premium clients? What are they wearing every day? And then the second step to my two-step, leverage your look. We're not going to just keep it there, because here's the thing, is that when people hire you, they hire you because you are a leader. There is an important part of being relatable, but also they are going to hire you not because you are at the same place that they are, right? They're going to hire you because they see leader aspects in you. And so I know this, you may have heard this before, but also it's very true here. You want to take that client's dress code standard and go up a level. Why? Because you want to stay, yes, relatable, but you still want to be the leader in their mind. Otherwise, they wouldn't buy from you, right? And that's not just in um, like your skill in your industry that you need to be the leader. Ultimately, if you can show yourself as a leader in many different areas, you are really going to just build very strong belief in their mind that you are someone they can trust. So, I want you to think about, like, okay, so in my own life, I've seen this come into play. Um, there's someone I bought from. Actually, I followed her for a long time. I bought from her, but I like continually um, go back for more and more of her content. And, I'm in a certain program level right now, but I could truly see myself going to another, like a higher level with her because of how much of a leader she is, not just in her skill level, but in so many different areas of her life. You take, like, yes, she's amazing at what she does, but then you take this area of her life, leader, this area of her life, and that just keeps compounding, compounding, compounding. And the more you do that and show that to your potential clients, the greater trust and belief that they are going to have in you. So look like the leader. And you know, it a lot of times it's dressing a little bit more formal, but also honestly just dressing with intentionality and looking put together. Like putting more thought or having someone else, like a stylist, put more thought to really express that intentionality. So you could do this. One way you can do this, just dressing with intentionality. Honestly, as you are looking at your client standard for their dress code and then going a level above, that is going to show intentionality. Also, be intentional so that you are thinking about your business brand and dressing in a way to be intentional and aligned with that is going to speak intentionality. Looking put together. This looks like adding some more jewelry into your outfits. I think sometimes, I don't know which way you go. Sometimes people can go like where they barely wear any jewelry because they don't want to overdress, or they wear a ton and it's a little much. But here's the thing too, is that even if you are someone that isn't very showy, like you can still wear more jewelry that is simple. But you just think of um think of a person maybe that you see, or just think of someone who only has like their wedding ring on. It's okay, right? But you're like, oh, like they must have not had enough time, like no earrings or whatever. They didn't have enough time, or they didn't think about putting earrings in. What, like, okay. But it speaks this communication of like, they didn't have enough time, so they must have been rushed, or like they don't care, even though their ears are pierced, they don't care to like put earrings on. And so it just gives this perception of them. Whereas think of a person who has earrings on, a necklace on, a bracelet on. You like automatically think like, oh, they were intentional and put all those pieces together on and put them all on this morning, even though they're like a really busy person. It just speaks intentionality, speaks leadership. Also, what does a leader do often? They go first. They do things before the people following them, because that's just a leadership quality, is being willing to be like, I'll go first. I'll do the thing first to show you like you can do it, or like it's just like to be that example. And so adding trends into your business wardrobe is also a great way of just being like, hey, I already hopped on the trend wagon. Like I'm already doing it. It's just another way you can show your leadership. And so really following this two-step process of look at your clients, your best clients, and see their standard, and then going one level more by making sure that you look intentional, making sure you look put together, and making sure that you really look like the leader that goes first, that has more than just their skill level, is a leader than just their skill level. Like, I'm a leader in this area of my life. I am a leader of this area of my life. I hold this area and this area and this area to excellence. This is my standard. You are really going to catch people's eye and create more trust so that you can fill your mastermind this month. And it all starts with your appearance, with that first impression. Like, A lot of times we think style needs to be like, okay, when I have this accomplished in my business, I need to work on my email marketing. I need to work on my ads marketing. I need to da 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 da. Here's the thing. If you are showing up as your business, that first impression rule applies every single time. If you are on your ad, guess what? That first impression rule applies. If you are in your on social media, every time that people see you, that first impression of your style applies. And so a lot of female founders like think, okay, I'll do the style parts when I'm making more money. But here's the thing, if you are not nailing your appearance, then people are going by you. And unfortunately, it's like hard to track, like, okay, with an ad, you can see how many views, but you don't know how many more you would have gotten in click-throughs if you had really prioritized your first impression through your appearance. Like, okay, this was a pretty good rate, but what if it could have been a double click-through rate to get into your masterclass, to get into your mastermind, if you had really nailed that first impression through your appearance? So, your appearance is so important. Your first impression is so important. It is something you have to do every day. Leverage it so that you can get more people into your funnel, into your masterclass, and into your mastermind. And here's the thing, is that you do not have to do it alone. You can be the one responsible and takes make sure you're looking put together. Make sure that you are looking intentional. Make sure you're adding trends, or you can have someone do it all for you. So, I have two resources for you today. Just go to the bottom of this episode in the caption and you will find them there. Number one, resource. If you are someone that is like, okay, I see I've been putting this off because I'm always like, oh yeah, it can happen later. But okay, if I'm gonna get people actually in my funnel, more people, like I need to be prioritizing my first impression through my appearance. So I have a free resource for you. It is a complimentary trend guide. Remember that's one thing that I said, you can really look like the leader by going first and incorporating trends. So that's down for you. So many different trends based on what kind of style you like. If you are more natural, or if you really love like the wow fashion trends, that is all in there for you. Second resource is if you are like, I love it and I don't have the bandwidth for it. I do not have the time for it. Yes, I hear you. And I would love to see if it would be a good fit for you to get a done for you business wardrobe so that you have everything planned out and laid out for you. It is completely aligned with your brand, but you are looking elevated, put together, intentional, wearing trends every day so that you are nailing that first impression. And like you are just seeing more and more people come into your sales funnel, come into your masterclass every single month because you are prioritizing your first impression. You are really making sure you are checking the box for the client dress code standard so they can feel like you are relatable, but also you are going to the next level and saying, hey, I'm a leader through my appearance. So I would love to go on a complimentary style consultation with you and see if it's a good fit, but so that we can be getting more people to be in your mastermind each month. So the link for that is down there in the caption as well. Well, until next time, know that I am cheering you on in your style. Keep going, female founder. You're doing great. Let's really create the impact that God has for you in your business. All right, so bye for now.